All right, hello everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Denver, Colorado. And again, here it just occurred to me this probably isn't live weather. Hello everybody on YouTube and on Twitch. Welcome to our stream today. We're back in the FENIX A320 today with the
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
CFM engines and the Slammer Air Livery.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives.
Check out the description for all kind of links. I'm using the ProDesk Sim Airbus throttles today. You guys can get 5% off if you want to on their website with my code. You can check that out in the description. Check out LUNAR. He's the guy who created all these amazing libraries and everything as well for our virtual airline here, Slammer
Departure
Air.
checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, guys, that's more or less it. Check out the description for all that kind of stuff. If you want to watch on Twitch and you're on YouTube, !Twitch in the chat, you can go check out the Twitch stream as well. I am multi-streaming on both. So welcome, guys. We've got a little flight down to FENIX today. We've already got GSX loading up the airplane, which is a little different than we usually do things. Usually I have it code dark and we kind of just start from there. But I don't know, I just wanted to switch it up a little bit today. We'll have GSX loading from the beginning. What's our call sign going to be here? We're going to be Slammer 1432. Slammer 1432 today. 320. Stefania, hello from Bulgaria. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome from Bulgaria. Very nice. How are you today? There, great. There's the... And we're going back inside because everything's going to get ridiculously loud outside. 1425 on the squawk from Auto ATC.
Use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
1425 is set TARA there. Already got some passengers loading up. Okay, this is... Our beautiful Slammer Air head covers, no CRT screens. Mexican Aviator, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I was too lazy to do the CRT screens.
Welcome on board.
All right. Denver to FENIX today. That is correct. We'll align on ref, confirm a line. Go back. Flight number, we're going to be Slammer.
Boarding pass, please.
New kid, yeah, it sounds like it. Good, it's on my sim, but can't decide the destination. Are you flying out of Bulgaria? Well, cost index 99 and the cruising altitude today. Jeez, it is so hot. 360. It is smoking hot in this room right now, dude.
Hello.
All right. Anyway. We're in Denver. Let's do dot CTAF KDEN. I said that wrong. Dot CTAF KDEN. 24.3.
Boarding pass, please. Hello.
24.3 is set, and we will set the push to talk as well.
Denver traffic, 4780 to 5 mile final runway 16 above Denver.
Okay, I'm gonna have to close out of this and reload back in. Varna, I'm not sure. Where do they fly from there usually? KJVR, thanks for subscribing. Welcome. Have to help with youth football today? Nice. That sounds fun.
This way, please. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
All right, that's good there. Let's go to the settings again. Push to talk. There we go.
May I see your boarding pass?
Now let's see. There's some traffic here in Denver today.
This way, please.
Looks like we're going to runway 8 for departure when that time comes.
Boarding pass, please. Hello.
All right, there we go. Looks like we'll be taxiing to runway 8 when that time comes. And yeah, just kind of getting ready. Gotta have 4 hours of community service. Nice. Well, like I said, it sounds fun. Enjoy it.
Good afternoon.
Teach them how to pass set.
Welcome
Summer
on
2
board.
departure. Top altitude on this SID is flight level 230.
Section runway 8 via Charlie.
Limp, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Wish I could have joined you today watching the stream on my phone. No worries, Limp.
May I
No
see your
worries. Didn't really get any volunteerism for the... I was going to do a separate stream for the group flight, but didn't really get any volunteers for it anyways. So,
Hello.
what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, Denver, we're going to go off runway 8 like we said. We'll set that up. Summer 2 departure.
This way, please.
Day transition. And then into Phoenix on the Eagle 625 left is what it's calling for. ILS 25
Denver
left
traffic guy 4782, code runway 16 to Foxtrot 6 Denver.
on the Eagle 6 and GUP transition. That's what we're going to do in terms of all that. We'll take a look over here at the
Traffic Southwest 3336, departing runway 8 XCM 7 departure to the east.
Edit B page once we get these guys all loaded up. It's still super loud out here. Yep, still super loud, so we're not doing anything else outside for right now.
Hello.
The fueling, are they done out there? Let's see. 14.7. That is what we want. So let's go ahead and start up the APU. 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello.
And as we learned from Pilot Luke, you actually don't need to have the
May I see
fuel
your
pumps
boarding
running. The APU is on its own fuel pump that isn't here. So,
Welcome on board.
Lemon Straws up, and welcome to the stream. Won't say much about it, but 7-8. Yeah, we saw Lemon Straws. That's obviously a huge tragedy, and you know, really sucks. And thoughts and prayers are going out to everybody involved there. You know what, that brings up a good point, actually. We might as well, while we're just kind of sitting here waiting for everybody to board, might as well just have a moment of silence and pray for them and everybody involved. So if you guys want to join, you can feel free. But we'll just go ahead with that. Thank you, Jesus, for a beautiful day today. Thank you for an opportunity to be here and be able to be streaming and play Flight Sim and just interact with lovely people. Lord God, we ask that you just be with everybody involved in that crash this morning, and just help give the remaining family members rest and some sort of comfort in the decisions that will be made in the coming years. Unfortunately, it'll take a while to probably figure these types of things out. It always does. So we just ask you just be with them, give them comfort, and this is what you never know when it could be the end. So this is why it's important to make sure that we know you as our Lord and Savior, and if we don't, to get to that point, Lord God. So we thank you for this day, and we ask you to just be with them, and pray amen. So anyway, yeah, guys, obviously prayers up to them. Did you see the 220 go? Yeah, jet blue. That's something. It looked pretty like a nice day too. I saw somebody post about that on Instagram, and I was like, what the heck? Because it looked like a nice day. Usually when it rains. You know, I've got a buddy who, that brings up an interesting point. You know how like every winter it seems like there's an American Eagle 145 that slides off a runway somewhere or a taxiway? I've got a buddy who flies the 145s now, and I talked to him the other day, and he was like, dude, he was like, I get it. Like, if it rains at all, like this plane is like terrible in the rain. So he says it's actually pretty bad. So I don't know how the 220 is, but that just made me think about the 145. He says the 145 is actually pretty terrible in the rain, so you know, you never know what happens. It could be anything. So we try not to backseat pilot and everything, but you know, again, whenever these things happen, I don't know. Obviously, it sucks. It's really unfortunate, but it's like it's big time news. You know, I don't know. Like, yes, we're obviously going to be waiting until Just take the 319, Mexican Aviator said. We don't have a Slammer library for the 319. I wanted to be in the Slammer library.
1260, oh, Denver.
American Airlines 318, yeah, right.
Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag,
Once the, let's see, still loud? It's not as loud. Looks like the last of the bags are being loaded. There we go. Boarding complete. We get this over here. We'll send that all to the McDo. Let's bring up the departure performance off runway 8 this morning. Sync the load sheet, sync the weather, calculate all of that, and set flaps 3. Sure, why not? Let's just do. Why not, dude? We always complain about it, but let's just do it. Why not? Who cares? 143, 143, 144. Flaps 3, down 0.5. We will do it. We will do flaps 3 again. Why the heck not? Let's step through our departure procedure, and then we're going to be pretty much ready to rock and roll out of here. We've got constraints turned on. Summer 2 departure. Off runway 8, it'll be a right turn to hitting at or below 10,000 feet. Twin Victor fighter, maybe. Weapon at above 16,000. Solar at above 17,000. Summer. Here, wait, I'll pull this up too so you guys can see. Summer right here at no specific altitude, and then day, and then we're out on the departure route of the departure, I should say, and then we'll be inbound on the arrival into Phoenix. Step through that, make sure it just looks decent, ties in nicely with the approach as well. So everything is looking good there. Let's go ahead and let's start our flight in New Sky. Haven't done that yet. 25 was our pushback time, so about 8 minutes behind as of right now, so that's fine. I think 15 minutes late is whenever we get in trouble, so we'll just be a little bit behind. APU bleeds coming on, GPU's disconnecting, beacon light coming on, and we are going to get these clowns ready for pushback and departure, which it actually does for us, which is nice. Now, the other thing is I don't know where it's going to go. Like, it's... I don't know where it's going to... I don't know what it's going to push us back to, but we have runway 8 plugged in, so maybe it knows which way to push us. I don't know. We'll see. Varna serves Belgrade, Vienna, Sofia, Frankfurt, Paris, Prague, Munich. Why don't you go to Warsaw? I've heard Poland's really nice. I've never been there.
Denver traffic, American.
Actually, go to Vienna. Go to Vienna. I've heard Austria is really nice. I really want to go to Austria. Update GSX? Why? What's wrong with it?
Release parking brakes,
Okay, there we
please.
go. That makes more sense. Alright, parking brakes are released. Let's shut the
All
doors so
engines
nobody
clear.
can
Start at will.
bother us, and we will lock the doors. Make sure, I don't think anybody's coming behind us or anything here. Where are we at? And we'll go ignition to start and start up engine number 1. We'll do it from inside because it's so freaking loud. You made GSX sad? I don't get it. Yeah, and of course, by the way, the day that we don't fly on the East Coast, like the entire, like our whole area has like every ATC you could possibly ever imagine online right now. DCA's got ground tower, Dulles, well, the center's online. There's a DC center's online. Washington Center, I guess. JFK approach is online, New York approach. Even the Midwest, Indy Center's online, Kansas City Center's online, and then Salt Lake Center's online too. But that doesn't include Denver, obviously, so. Alright, right, looks like we had a good start on engine number 1. I'm assuming the avail light went, and we just missed it.
Fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened. At
Yeah, it
all
definitely seems
times.
faster.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes
Waiting your
set.
confirmation for a good engine start.
Pull a mask
Cockpit to ground.
you to
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Mask over your nose and mouth.
Unlocking gear.
Inflated by pulling the toggle.
All right, looks good out there. Engine avail once again. Let's go ahead and sort out this here. Let's go reset the rudder trim. Flaps to 3 today. Very nice. Ignition to norm.
Tow truck
Position
disconnected.
1,
Bypass pin
auto.
removed.
On that, let's go up here. We get the
Left is clear. Right is
auto
clear.
brake to max, and we will get the lights off. Let's get our taxi light on. And we are going to taxi here in just a second. I'll give them a second. I think she's still like underneath the airplane or something. So we'll give them just a second. Yep, there she goes. And looks like we've got an American kind of coming out down on the other side of our terminal. So we might end up following them. But we're going to come out. Our call is going to be, we're going to be on the Bravo November. We're going to come out Bravo November and join Mike to runway 8. So that's going to be that. She's gone enough. Let's get out of here. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't yell at me. Denver traffic slammer 1432 taxi runway 8. Coming out Bravo November, and then we'll be a left turn on Mike to runway 8 Denver traffic. We can do a quick flight control check while we roll. I don't know what to do. Full up, pull down, pull left, pull right. Everything's looking good there. I don't want to do the rudders. We see the rudder moving down there. That's good enough for me. We'll see. If we hurry, we might be able to beat American. What frequency is this guy on? 24.3, is that what we're on? That is what we're on, so he knows. They're American 1334, so. Pitch trim. What was it at? I never set the pitch trim in this thing because my pitch trim thing doesn't work. Does it? Looks like it is working. My pitch trim never works in this thing, so. Oh, there goes American right there. So we'll just follow them. Takeoff config is green. We're gonna follow American. And that's a pretty realistic thing that ATC would do too, right? If you're coming out, you know, and there's somebody right in front of you or whatever, they'd just be like, hey, do you see them? Yeah, we see them. Okay, follow them. And sometimes that's just the taxi instruction. Sometimes it's literally just follow the American Airbus in front of you. And that says enough. It looks like he's going to 17 right. Or wait, where is he going? 17 right's like right here. Where the heck is he going? He's going to 17 left? Jeez. I guess, I mean, runway 8's still really far away anyway, so it's kind of all the same. Love this Denver scenery. It looks really smooth out there right now in terms of FPS. Yeah, guys, we're going to have a Flaps 3 takeoff. I'm sure that's probably due to the high altitude here in Denver. Give us a little extra lift on the way out. Careful with them. I don't know where they're going. They're going to Phoenix too. Shoot. Well, then we should probably give them a minute. What departure is
Denver
he
traffic, American 1334, lining up 17 left for immediate departure. Denver traffic.
He's also on the summer too. Now he's going immediate, so we'll give him maybe give him a minute or two. Yes, Stefania, I did see your list. My guess stands firm. I say, or my suggestion stands firm. I say go to. I can't tell where the whole shoreline is, so we're just gonna go here. My suggestion stands firm. I think you should go to Vienna. The beautiful Slammer A320. Where's American going from? There he goes.
Southwest 3125, taxi with the runway 25,
Denver traffic, Delta 243, just downwind runway 16 right. We'll advise when on the 5-hour final for runway 16 right, Denver traffic.
All right, he's out of here. Let's take the runway. Denver traffic, Slammer 1432, taking runway 8 for departure. Going to be departing to the south, plus number 2, Denver traffic. Lights coming on. Let's get some togas in the chat. Everything looks good on the overhead. Those textures look terrible. I take everything I said back about the scenery being nice. I'm kidding. Nose down pressure on the stick, 50%. There we'll set the takeoff power. Manflex 57 SRS runway, auto thrust is blue. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. As soon as you rotate, the runway the text just came back.
34, departing to the south, traveling through 8,800, last contact Denver traffic.
Oh, the brake gear's coming up. Rockies in the background. Oh my. Start our right turn, flaps 2. Liver climb. Oh yeah. I guess flaps 1 now. Get rid of the F speed. This is a pretty solid takeoff. I think we've had some.
Denver traffic, W243, turning right base to runway 16 right. Will
Had some
advise
rough
from the
takeoffs right
5
here.
on
Detectors
final
die, I think,
for
just on
16
runway 8.
Right. So we're currently at 10,000 set for traffic.
We'll fly this whole departure. Normally I'd maybe take a little bit of a shortcut and cut this corner. But since that American guy is, that might be him actually right there. Since we're doing kind of the same thing, we'll just fly this thing out. Denver traffic sliver 1432 departing the pattern to the south. It'll be the last call. Denver on the summer 2. Flaps up. We'll just hand fly this for a little bit. And we'll bring up 22.8. Beautiful departure there. Get our great screenshots from the Mexican aviator hack right here. Oh yeah. That's a good looking bird right there, tell you what. So you're doing to be out of below 10,000 at this fix here, but 2020 limp. This is 2020. Looks like we're through it. So hopefully, no. See, we're good. There we go. Okay, it knows. Nice 30 degrees of bank here at once. Let's go lights off through 10,000. Everything except for
If we can be of any further assistance, just ask us.
the beacons and whatnot. American Airlines bus. They're out ahead of us a little bit. Ooh, excuse me. Dang, we always forget our pilot loop training that we got with the spoilers and the lights right away. We're literally like threading the needle between 3 different air traffic control sectors. We're threading the needle between LA centers off to the west, they're online. Salt Lake Center to the northwest, they're online. And then to our east is Kansas City Center, they're online as well. And we're just right in between all of them, so we don't get to talk to any of them. Currently taxiing the runway, nice. Alright, we'll go ahead and kick the autopilot on. Let's say they gave us up to flight level 360. What does it say about that? Optimus 360, perfect. We need a perfect 10 on this flight. Oh, geez, Limp. I think we're off to a good start so far. Maybe it might get me for the center line deviation on the takeoff, as it always does. I think so far so good, though. Got about an hour and 21 minutes of airtime ahead of us. An hour and 50 from gate to gate. Cruising through flight level 360, bringing 162 people with us. I see the moon that is slowly descending. Right on. Last night the moon was like a bright red for a little while. It was pretty cool. Definitely a little choppy out of here so far, so we're just going to wait to turn off that seatbelt sign for a little while. CFO Limp, what's the status of our company right now? How are we doing? It looks like we're spending $3.3 million on schedules. It looks like we maybe need to cut back on some of the ones that people aren't flying. Let's go ahead and pull that for standard altimeter setting. Once we get over top of this, hopefully it'll be a little smoother. Route initially goes over the Black Sea till it turns up the coast, then over Ruet. All right, nice. Looks like things are starting to smooth out here for us. Oh, a rainbow. Look at that. Very nice. The American in front of us is going about 50 knots slower than we are. That sucks. We're gonna have to pull our speed back. We're just gonna rock it up. Sorry to everybody's ears in the back. All right, guys, we're at our cruising altitude. Seatbelt signs are off. Still gaining on American here. How much of a gap do we have? It doesn't say. Where's he at? Ooh, transponder. Transponster. Let's just do all. And he's not coming up at all. Okay. Well, we are still gaining. We were still gaining on him, so we're going to try doing Mach 0.77 and see what kind of ground speed that gives. That gives a 438 knot ground speed. He's doing 437, so we're doing the same speed now. So maybe we'll do 0.7. Well, we can do 0.77 because Phoenix has so many runways. Whatever runway he takes, we'll just take the other one. What arrival is he doing? Eagle 6. So we're doing the same arrival. We're doing the same everything. So I don't know why he's going so slow, but I guess it is what it is. So we're just kind of going to be chasing him down to Phoenix and kind of going from there. Stefani said flight time for me is 1 hour and 40 minutes. Very nice. Yeah, it's pretty similar here. I think 1 hour and 20 or something like that was ours. So yeah, very nice, very nice. Mexican Aviator, what's up, man? Limp, he is in a 320 Neo, it looks like. So like I said, I don't know. I'm not sure why he's I'm not sure why he is going so slow, but it is what it is. We'll pull it back. Like I said, we've got a bunch of runways in Phoenix, so we'll figure one out. This is sounding very realistic right now. I don't know what the deal is, but still, because he's a 5 cost index, probably. Does it say on VATSIM? Or are you just guessing? Just guessing. Yeah, I would say probably, though. You know what I can do, though, actually? So, not a huge deal here or anything, but we actually have a printer. It was on our registry. People got us for it for our gift, and I've never had a printer before, so I'm trying to figure out how to sign this stupid document and everything, and I'm just like, wait, I could just print it out and then send it back. I usually can't print stuff, but I can today. He's offline. What's up, Kip? Cool. Mexican Aviator, these are the things you get excited about as you get older. Get excited that somebody got you a printer off your registry. Lim says he'd put money that American set up for 2-5 left. Let's see, we might be able to answer that question. Let me take a look. Does it say... We'll definitely just sidestep over, but we have to... again, we're on the same arrival, so we have to at least have enough room to do that, you know? We have to have at least have enough room to do the arrival. And he is just making this difficult. He is making things difficult, this guy. Look at that. That is beautiful, though. right. How we looking? Let's check out how far we are from our top of descent. 88 miles to go. Flight is moving along quickly. .9. Let's see if I can get this guy, if I can get a hold of this guy on American 1334. You up? Guess not. Go ahead and pull up Phoenix. We've got, what runway do we have pulled up? Jeez, it is so hot in here, guys. I'm going to get a fan tonight after this. This is ridiculous. 25 left is what we have pulled up. Which is fine. I'd rather take the 26, honestly, so let's load up 26. ILS 26, everything else is the same. Back to nav mode. What does it have as direct to right now? Whatever it is, I think it's wrong. We just passed Gup. We should be direct to Kirkham. Kirkham. We are direct Kirkham. Okay, great. All right, so we're direct Kirkham. And we'll go to our perf page to load up, our descent data. Perfect. Phoenix, weather, wind 310 at 8. Temperature 41 degrees. That is hot. Holy crap. And altimeter is 2975. And minimums, we're not even going to bother because it's 10 and clear down there in Phoenix. So got a few miles to go to our top of descent, guys. And yeah, we'll be ready for that. Any speeds on the descent? 270 at Tinnis, Peso 270, Eagle 270. So we'll definitely be complying with those speeds because he will definitely be complying with those speeds, I would imagine. We got low auto brake. Nice long runway for us. And yeah, that's gonna about do it for our descent prep. We'll set up runway 26 should be Jaggle at 4,000 feet. Nope. That's not. Why? Jaggle at 4,000 feet. Let's just step through, generally speaking, just make sure that we're all right. It should end at Jaggle. That's, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Right for ILS 26. So everything's looking good. And we are going to be starting our descent here very, very shortly. As we approach our top of descent here, let's go through our verse of the day. We got Psalm 30, verse 5. For his anger only lasts a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. And this is a great verse if you guys are feeling a little down out there, or feeling like maybe you're just keep falling short of the glory of God, which you always will, by the way, so that'll never change. But his anger, God's anger, you know, he is a righteous God, right? So there does need to be judgment and atonement and all that kind of stuff. He's a righteous God, but he forgives. And that anger that he might experience, or you might experience from him, is only going to last a moment, right? It's like a father disciplining his child, right? Like, nobody likes to do it. Like, you don't want to do that to your kid, to your son, whatever, but like, it happens. It only lasts a moment. But his favor, if you stick with it, if you go back to him, if you repent and try to stick with him, that favor will last a lifetime. And just like, you know, with worldly things, weeping may last for the night, failing to test. I don't even know. We'll hit the start our descent now. I go like as slow as I can. Ooh, excuse me. You know, failing a test, failing a check ride or something like that, man, like that weeping, it lasts for a night. The sadness, the you know, the fact that you're upset about it and everything, it may last for a night, but okay. But rejoicing will come in the morning again if you go back to him. So always go back to him. Always go back to the Lord. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He loves you. And yeah, guys. So we're going to kind of do this manually because of our things. So we got to be below flight level 300 by this waypoint. So, and above flight level 240. So let's set 240. Let's see. We're going to make that... What about 18,000? Is that a hard 18,000, or is that... That's at or above 18,000 at Eagle. So let's go ahead and set 18,000. At or above 18,000, 260 knots at Eagle. And it wants us at 270, but he's doing... We're doing 421 over the ground still. I think it should... I don't know why we're going so fast. We're going to slow up here in a minute and be alright, I think. We'll see. seatbelt signs are coming on as well. So we're taking over a little bit. We're gonna go vertical speed. And we're keeping it nice and slow. Actually, we're gonna pull it back to 250 because Homer, our next fix, is 250 knots anyway. And it's at or below 17,000. At Homer, which we should make. Yeah, we'll be at 17,000, like 10 miles from Homer, it looks like. So, it's now just at 4,000 feet. That's our bottom altitude. Lim said this flight's a lot quieter than the last one. Yeah, a lot less ATC online. Not a whole heck of a lot going on out here. Let's go ahead and put it in standard altimeter setting 2975. We got Lexi82. Streaming skills are excellent. Love your content. Love the join the next stream with friends. Kindly add me on Discord. You can feel free to join the Discord, Lexi. Thanks for following the Twitch. Really appreciate that, man. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord. And if you become a member, we do streams where you guys can, or we can fly together and join the members-only voice chat in the Discord, which we've done that before as well. So appreciate it, man. Let's set 9,400 for now because it looks like we need to be at or above that by Venom. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Just keep it coming down to 4,000. Eventually we'll have to drop it down to, after Venom, we'll have to drop it down to 210 knots. Is he on the, he's not. He's on 22.8 bar. Military plane with the bells and whistles going off. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Yes. Yeah, this is definitely better than that. Yeah, I've got to figure that thing out. Gotta figure that thing out, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. Wowee. LUNAR did such a good job on this plane, dude. It looks so good. Slammer. All right, let's pull it back to 210 on the speed. That's so slow. Might start needing flaps soon. Let's get our landing lights on. And we'll wait for the turnoffs, I guess, till we're clear to land. I don't know how realistic that is. We'll have to ask Pilot Luke, but what is this? LS mode as well. Okay, now he's on 20.9. Let me, let's get a little ring up, shall we? Phoenix traffic, Slimmer 1432, about 30 miles to the northeast. We are inbound on the Eagle 6. We're going to be on the ILS 26 Phoenix traffic. Let's get those boards out.
Phoenix traffic, American 1334, northeast 2 miles, 20 miles out, set up with 2 25 left, Phoenix traffic.
Perfect. Limp. You bet correctly, brother. You bet correctly. Let's go ahead with, I might honestly go to flaps 1 here. Phoenix, we'll do a 10-mile ring. No! 10-mile ring. Radial, let's do this. We'll do a 078 radial. This is how we can get an extended center line. So there's our extended center line for our runway. So we can look up, let's see, 3,000 feet at Skade. That's what we want to be at. So let's go ahead. Let's go to flaps 1 now. Let's set up 3,000 feet at Skade. We'll kind of disregard. Or is it Brett? What do we hit? I wish you could just activate vectors of final on this. It doesn't have... Oh, shoot, that's 2.5. Hang on. ILS 2.6. There we go. Jaggle is at 4,000. Let's just do this. Oh, it's in approach mode now, so we have to kind of do what we gotta do. So we'll stay at 210 knots. We'll level it at, we're already lower than we need to be. We'll set 4,500 for now. And we get the speed breakaway as well. You figure anything about that plane, figure out what that voice was saying? Dude, like, that's the thing, is I didn't even know what it was saying, so like I couldn't even, like, I don't even know what to turn off. Like, it was right as we started rolling. So I figured maybe it was a flap setting. I figured it was just one of those configuration things that just would go away eventually, and it just never did, dude. That was so annoying. That plane's a freeware plane too. It probably is just bugged. I mean, it could be anything, so one of those things. Yeah, we gotta get a fan, dude. I'm getting a fan tonight. Dadgummit. If it's getting bumpy, the closer we get here, the lower we get.
Phoenix traffic, American 1334, lined up on the 25 left localizer, 8 miles out.
This is pretty cool. I feel like, I don't know if we've been to Phoenix since I flew there in real life, but this is pretty cool, man. These mountains are pretty sweet. I've got some pretty cool pictures. I might try to send some to the Discord. I've got some pretty cool pictures flying over these mountains. I think it's on the Firebird departure, I believe, is what we used. Flying out that way, man. Pretty freaking cool scenery. This is some of the coolest flying I've ever done in my life, and I would kill to go back to where I was at for that. So that would be pretty sweet. So 4,000 at Jaggle is next. Let's just do this. What if we just took a 200 heading for right now and just armed approach mode? Now, you can't trust the localizer or the glide slope technically if you're not on the localizer yet. I don't even know if it'll actually capture it or not. Let's just say they gave us a set and maintain 4,000 so that we can just get there. Let's maybe bring it back to like 180. Localizer is capturing. Phoenix traffic slammer 1432, about a 10-mile final runway 26. Phoenix. We'll go flaps 2. And glide slope is capturing as well. Let's do this. 5,000 is our missed approach altitude. We're going to keep 180 for a little bit. Our final approach fix is prune at 3,000. So actually, yeah, we'll do 180 maybe to like a 5-mile final. And it looks like prune is about that. It's a little more than a 5-mile final. So let's do 170 till 5. 180, 170 is usually something that they'd give to a 5-mile final. I don't know about here necessarily, but you know, it's something that I've heard a lot in my early career so far. Is they give guys about that. And like I said, the beautiful thing about that is we can go to flaps 3 right now and probably even flaps full. We could basically be fully configured with the gear, you know, at 170, which is nice.
American 1334, Phoenix traffic vacated 25 west.
Well, we spaced that out pretty well, Limp. I thought you'd be at least proud of that. All right, let's go ahead and give the speed back. Let's go gear down. Arm the speed brakes. Eventually the gear's going to come down. There it is. Signs on? So smoking signs are auto, I guess. Phoenix traffic slammer 1432, about a 5-mile final, runway 26, Phoenix. Let's get some landing rates in the chat here, guys. What do you think? Here we go. Oof, I'm literally sweating. Let me see, is it any colder outside?
Phoenix traffic, American 1334, crest 25, right at Foxtrot 4.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna let the autopilot fly it in, dude, because we're gonna mess up this approach anyways. Let's get medium auto brakes so we can just get off the freaking runway as quickly as possible. Look how bumpy. Now, we had a KLM guy on. 165 says Limp. Hold me to a high standard. See what we can do. Landing no blue.
500.
Stable, looking good.
Phoenix traffic, American 1334, taxiing to the north side via Delta Sierra Charlie.
Autopilot off. See, I'm not even doing anything. That's the thing, bro. This is so weird. Like, and now it's just gonna come slamming down. 320 says New Sky. Yeah, 320 is what it is. Could definitely be worse. We're gonna slam on the brakes because it's just gonna do this thing where it starts like ice skating. I feel like the Polar Express on the frozen lake half the time whenever I'm flying this thing. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. I hate the way this thing flares, dude. I don't know if it's the side stick settings or what. I gotta look at it. I really do, but I probably won't. All right, we're gonna make. We're gonna take the first left here. The traffic for Slammer 1432, clear of our runways. Taxi back to the ramp on Bravo. Last call, Phoenix. I'll get the APU kicking here. No, I never turned the rest of our lights on. Go ahead and start that up. Wing lights coming off. Beacon light coming off. Flaps up, speed brakes down as well. Welcome to Phoenix.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew.
Always a good time flying in here. I do love this approach. I think it's some of the best scenery in the country on Microsoft Flight Sim and in real life too. Love it out here.
Traffic, traffic.
The boarding requested.
We got the giant 747 bag loaders out here. Sorry if I was muted that whole time. I don't know when I stopped talking, but that's pretty much gonna do it. We'll go ahead and take a look at New Sky and see how we did. 10. There you go, Limp. Perfect 10 on that flight. Made $12,000 for us. And let's see. 320 foot per minute. Terrible landing, but it is what it is. Like I said, definitely could have been worse. Couple minutes late, but that was American's fault. They were going so slow. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that stream. That was a good time. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate everybody. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.